3, 2, 1.
Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm at the Oulton Park Half Marathon and I'm going for a PB of 1 hour and 30 minutes. I've got 5 laps of this circuit, and unbeknown to me, it is an absolute roller coaster of a course. So the wheels well and truly fall off. Let's see what went wrong. So our current half marathon PB was set at the Liverpool Half Marathon back in March, and that was a time of 1 hour 30 and 47 minutes. So to try and beat that time, we're trying for an average pace of 4 minutes and 15 per kilometre. So since the half marathon back in March, we have trained for a 10k where we set a PB of 40 minutes and 3 seconds, and we are currently deep into a marathon block. I think we were on week 11 or 12 of the marathon block at the time of running this video, and we are treating this as a B race. So we are hoping for a PB, but we've not ran this course before. Some people have told me it is pretty hilly, and I tell you what it is today, it is a windy day today. I think it's about 20 mph winds with gusts up to 35, and over a half marathon that can make all the difference. But we started off well, 4 minute 12 per kilometre pace as we just head down this nice gradual down slope. You can actually hear the wind as well. Yeah, it was a windy one, but yeah, hoping for a sub 1 hour 30. That'll put us in excellent position going into the marathon. And we've just fast forwarded a little bit into the 3.5k mark. So the first K was done in 4 minutes 11, second K 4:16, and the third K 4:26. So the average the average pace for the first 3 and a bit kilometres is 4 minutes 18. So a little bit slower than what we would like, but that's not too bad. But look at the heart rate already. We are currently at 181 beats per minute, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is not good news. My lactate threshold kicks in around low 180s, so unless we think we can run this half marathon at my lactate threshold pace, we've got absolutely no hope of holding on to this pace. But you never know, we might settle into this, heart rate might start to stabilise, but yeah, we're going to have to see. I mean, you can just see the undulations in this course at the minute. It is a it is a car circuit course, obviously closed today for the half marathon, and there is a 5k and a 10k coming out onto the course at some point. I think we were starting at 9 AM, the 10k at 9:30, and then the 5k at 10 o'clock. So it is looking pretty empty out there at the moment. It is feeling a bit like solo running. This is the first lap. We have got 5 laps of this circuit. Each lap is about 4 point something, just over 4k, and there's the 4th K in 4 minutes and 18, keeping the average pace bang on 4 minutes 18 seconds. So yeah, we've just completed the first lap. The finish line is just over on the right hand side there. There we go, through lap 1 out of 5. And listen guys, if you want to enjoy me trying to get a half marathon PB when my lactate threshold is 180 beats per minute, and we're currently at high 170s, we're just in the 186. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Yeah, this heart rate at the moment is just not going to hold. It's going to be so difficult to hold this pace at this heart rate. I am struggling already, and we're only 4.2 kilometres into this 21k run. If we can just sit on the shoulder of this guy here, maybe we can get dragged along a little bit. And we've just fast forwarded it a little bit. So we've gone through the 5k in a 4:13 and the 6k in a 4:25. So the average pace is still at 4 minutes and 18. So we're still somehow managing to hold on to that pace. It was 6.4k in, coming up to the 1/3 mark, and I was getting so confused with those signs on the right hand side. I was constantly trying to work it out. So they put the signs out for how long you had left for the half marathon. Because you were going around the circuit that many times, it just becomes so confusing with how many miles you had left. And then I was trying to do it in Ks. In the end, I just ignored the signs completely and just went off what my watch was saying. As we come up to the 7 kilometre mark, and this is one of the biggest hills on the course. You can just see the slope at the moment is still a 0%, but that gradually increases, I think all the way up to like a 12-15% incline. You can see it's starting to go up. This was probably the biggest hill on the course, and the fact that I had to do this 5 times during this race was the most mundane thing. And once you've done it once, and then once you do it twice, you're kind of thinking, oh, that's not too bad. But having to do it 5 times when you go around 5 laps of this course, absolute nightmare. And look at the pace. We're slogging our way up this hill. Pace at about 5 minutes per kilometre. And there we go. We're at a 14% slope incline as we slog our way up this hill. And look how much the pace has dropped off. This is going to seriously affect that average pace of 4 minutes 18. We're already 3 seconds behind the target of 4 minutes 15. There's absolutely no way we're going to claw this back. When we're 7k into this and we're already slogging up these hills at 5 minutes 15 per kilometre pace. And look at the heart rate, 181 beats per minute. We're at my lactate threshold. We're only 7k into this. It is going to be a long old afternoon. As we go through the second lap, more people are now on the circuit as the 10k race has started, which is helping a little bit. There's a few people to tag along to, stick with, and we did that 7k in a 4:35 and then 8k in a 4:36 as expected. You saw how slow I was going up that hill. That means the average pace is now set at a 4 minutes 23 through 8.5 kilometres. And you see this guy in front of me here. I was just tagging behind him for the next sort of couple of kilometres, and around the 10k mark he ended up tripping over and twisting his ankle pretty badly. And obviously I couldn't just run by and let him suffer on the side of the circuit, so I did stop. Another guy did stop as well, so we stopped and helped him, and that definitely probably added a couple of minutes into this. I knew at this point when he did fall over that my PB attempt was completely and utterly off the cards. There was no way I was going to claw this back based on how I was feeling and what the average pace was, so it didn't really affect the race conditions. It's just a shame we didn't get it on camera, really. Would have made for some absolutely fantastic clickbait content. But yeah, hopefully he was okay. We walked into the next marshal. There's me grabbing some water, and what a smooth transition that was. Just a shame the running's not that smooth today. He's obviously waving to somebody. Right, fast forward up to 12.3k, and look at the split times there. And what's that average pace? We're now at an average pace of 4 minutes 29 as we're just coming up to the finish line again. But remember, we've got to do, I think, another 2 laps of this circuit as we just slog our way up this hill on a 7, 8, 9, 10% slope incline. Honestly, I thought entering this race that it would be an absolute lovely circuit to run on because it's just smooth, flat tarmac. There's no nasty corners, but the constant up and downs made it so difficult. It was really undulating. It was not a PB circuit. Well, I didn't think so anyway. And we fast forwarded again that whole lap. We pulled it up to 16.7 kilometres, and there's a split through 13, 14, 15, 16k. Again, nowhere near where we want it to be, but the average pace is still a 4 minutes 29, so we're tracking at a 4 minutes 29, but the heart rate has stabilised in the 170 beats. And you can see how sort of isolating it was running this. There's hardly anyone to tag along with, and that was just the nature of the course. There was not that many people out running this. There was hardly anyone in the half marathon. It did pick up when the 10k and the 5k entered the circuit. There's through lap number 4. And enjoy a photo of me trying to tell the cameraman I'm doing absolutely okay when really I'm not. But we are into the final lap of this 5-lap half marathon. As you can see, there is literally nobody around me. It is just me slogging along at 4 minute 41 per kilometre pace. Heart rate is 173. We are now 17 kilometres. We've got 4.1k left on this race. It is less than a lap to go of this circuit. Can we dig deep? What have we got left? The PB is off the cards. We did have to stop to help that guy. And there's the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th K. And as you can see, we've got absolutely no hope of PB. The average pace per kilometre is now a 4 minute 13, a solid 15 seconds off what our target was. But we are not going to give up. We're going to push hard in this final kilometre. There are a few more people on the circuit as the 5k has now entered the arena. The pace has come down to a 4:22 per kilometre. The heart rate mid 170s. We're coming into the dying embers of this half marathon. Can we get a 4 minute flat per kilometre pace? 4 minute 10, 175 beats per minute. We've got less than 1 kilometre to go. Can we see the threes? 4 minute flat still. As we just face an absolute enormous gust of wind as we come up to the finish line. And I am so happy to be getting off this circuit. This has been an absolute slog of a race. We've now hit 21k. There's 21.1. We've hit the half marathon on the watch. Some 10k finishes on the right hand side there. We're going to finish strong. It's 181, 182 beats per minute. And that wind is really making this not a nice finish. It is disgusting out there. You can hear it through the camera. 178 beats per minute. 21.2 kilometers on the distance. Oh my word. That was an absolute slog. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We average a 4 minute 30 per kilometre pace. Total finish time was 1 hour 35 and 55 seconds, but we did stop for a few minutes to help that fallen soldier. And we live to fight another race. Thank you very much. See you all soon. This has been Ben. I hope you enjoyed the video.